Some cities just have a way of surprising you, don't they?
They really do.
Take Zagreb. You might not immediately think, oh, capital of Croatia, that it actually began as two completely separate towns up on neighboring hills.
Well,
And they just sort of grew together over time.
right.
And then you see something like St. Mark's Church, and its roof is just this, like, explosion of color, a mosaic of old crests. It's not what you expect.
No, definitely not.
It makes you wonder what else is hiding there, you know?
Absolutely. And that element of surprise is, I think, a big part of what makes Zagreb so interesting.
Yeah.
So today, we're doing a deep dive using our sources to really get under the skin of Croatia's capital.
Okay.
Think of it as your fishing guide. You'll come away knowing the key things about this really fascinating European city.
Hitting the highlights without getting lost in the weeds.
Exactly. We want to unpack the history, the culture, what makes it tick today, that blend of old and new that really defines it.
Okay, sounds good. So, lay it out for us. What's the plan for our Zagreb exploration today? What are we covering?
Right. So we'll start with the history. Those medieval roots you mentioned, the
Yeah.
two towns, Gradic and Capital.
Uh-huh.
Then how it grew, key moments.
Yeah.
After that, we'll hit the must-see spots.
Okay.
You know, the upper town, the big cathedral, that really unique Museum of Broken Relationships.
Oh, yeah, heard about that one.
Maximir Park for some green space, the National Theater, and definitely the Dolac Market. Get a real taste of the place.
Great. Covers a lot of ground. Let's rewind then. Back to the beginning. These two towns. What was the story there? Gradic and Capital.
Well, the sources mention some Roman activity nearby, but yeah, the main story starts in the Middle Ages. Gradic and Capital.
Okay.
Picture them like separate little worlds almost.
Mhm.
Gradic was up higher, the fortified bit, for traders, nobles,
Yeah.
you know, safety.
Secure zone.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And then Capital nearby, that was the church's domain, the religious heart, centered around where the cathedral would eventually stand.
Oh,
And they weren't just different areas, they were like distinct entities. Walls, rules, the whole thing.
right.
Merging them wasn't quick. It took centuries, really, for them to properly become one Zagreb.
So a slow burn unification. Makes sense. And how did Zagreb then become so central to Croatia?
Well, as Gradic and Capital started working together more, Zagreb just naturally grew in importance.
Right.
Became the place where Croatian rulers held court, a major cultural and religious hub in the medieval period.
Uh-huh.
Then jump forward to the 19th century. Big change. The railways arrive.
Ah, the classic game changer.
Totally. Being connected up by rail within the Austro-Hungarian Empire, that cemented Zagreb as a really key center. For trade, people moving around, communication, it fueled a lot of growth.
Right, infrastructure driving development. And then the 20th century rolls around.
Yeah, more big shifts. Zagreb becomes the capital within the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. And then crucially, after 1991, capital of the Independent Republic of Croatia.
A modern capital emerges.
Exactly. It's seen and been part of some major historical moments. But what's really interesting is how it holds onto its character through all that change. Today, like our sources point out, it's this vibrant city where you can literally walk through layers of history mixed right in with modern life.
Okay, history covered. Let's get into those places to see. Top of the list. The Old Town, Gornjigrad. Am I picturing cobblestones and old buildings?
That's exactly it. Gornjigrad means upper town, and it feels like it. Cobblestones, medieval vibes, feels like stepping back a bit.
nice.
And yeah, some real gems up there, like St. Mark's Church.
Okay, back to that roof. It's so distinctive. What's the deal with the colorful tiles?
Well, it's not just pretty, though, it is that. Those tiles show the coats of arms for Croatia, Dalmatia, and Slavonia.
Ah, the historic regions.
Exactly, so it's quite symbolic. A statement about Croatian identity and unity, especially important back then.
Huh, interesting. More than just decoration.
Definitely. And the church itself is beautiful medieval architecture. Plus, the courtyard's a nice quiet spot. It's really an icon of the city.
Got it. And you mentioned a tower nearby with a cannon.
Ah, yes, La Troc Tower. Great views from the top you can see right across Zagreb.
Panoramic view is always good.
But yeah, the unique thing is the cannon. Every day, bang on noon, they fire it.
Really? Why?
It's a tradition going way back. Originally, it was the signal to close the city gates for the night. Now it's just Zagreb's lunchtime announcement. Bit quirky.
A daily historical boom. Okay, from the upper town, let's shift to something grander. Zagreb Cathedral. Sources say it's key Gothic architecture.
Oh, it absolutely dominates the skyline. You
Yeah.
can't miss it. And yes, textbook Gothic, those soaring spires, the detailed carvings on the front, really impressive.
Built a long time ago.
The original structure goes way back 11th century, but it's been through a lot. Rebuilt, restored many times over the century.
Right.
After fires, earthquakes, even recently, as the sources note, after the 2020 quake. So it's a building that shows resilience.
Wow. And inside? Anything specific to look out for?
Definitely. There's the tomb of St. Stephen, very important religiously, and just generally lots of impressive religious art from different eras. It feels very historic, very awe-inspiring inside.
Okay. From the cathedral, let's move to the main square, Banja Square. Sounds like
I
the
know.
city's heartbeat.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's the central meeting point, totally buzzing. Think of it as Zagreb's main public space.
And the name, Banja.
Named after Joseph Jelačić. Ban was like a governor or ruler title back in the 19th century. He was a big figure in Croatian history.
Gotcha.
And the square reflects that importance.
Hmm.
Surrounded by grand buildings, cafes spilling out. It's where people gather, where events happen. You feel the city's energy there.
Right, the social hub. Okay, now for that museum, the Museum of Broken Relationships. Sounds intriguing.
Intriguing is right. Unusual but unforgettable, our sources say, and I'd agree. It's housed in an old palace.
Fancy setting for breakups.
Huh. Well, it's not about ancient history or famous art. It's about ordinary objects.
Like,
Letters, photos, maybe a weird gift, an item of clothing, things left over from relationships that ended. Each one has a short story with it, sent in by people from all over the world.
wow. That sounds really powerful. And maybe a bit sad.
It can be poignant, yeah, but also funny, relatable. It's incredibly human. It taps into that shared experience of love and loss. It's become world famous for just being so unique and emotionally resonant.
Definitely sounds like a must-see, even if unusual. Okay, let's talk green space. Maksimir Park. Sounds like a breather from the city.
Totally. It's huge. One of Zagreb's biggest and oldest parks, east of the center.
What's it like?
Big open spaces, walking paths winding through trees, lakes, so nice old pavilions. Just a really lovely place to escape, relax, get some fresh air.
Sounds perfect.
And it's actually one of the older public parks in this part of Europe, designed way back in the 19th century, so it has history too.
And the zoo is there as well.
Yep, Zagreb Zoo is right inside Maksimir Park. Loads of animal sources say over 275 species, so it makes the park a big draw, especially for families. Nature and wildlife together.
Great combo. Okay, switching back to culture, the Croatian National Theater. An architectural masterpiece, apparently.
It really is stunning. Built in the late 1800s, that grand neo-Baroque style.
Yeah.
Very ornate, very impressive.
Right in the city center.
Smack bang in the middle, it looks the part of a major cultural institution. And it is. They host opera, ballet, drama. It's central to Zagreb's art scene.
So worth seeing even if you don't catch a show.
Absolutely. Just walking past and admiring the building itself is worthwhile. Really makes a statement.
Okay, last stop on our tour. Food and local life. Dolak Market. Sounds essential.
Oh, you can't miss Dolak. Seriously. It's right behind the cathedral, and everyone calls it the city's kitchen.
Love that. Why?
Because that's where you find everything.
Yeah.
Fresh fruit and veg, local meats, amazing cheeses, honey, handmade crafts. It's buzzing.
The place to sample local stuff?
Definitely. Great way to try Croatian flavors and just soak up the atmosphere, see locals going about their day.
And I've seen pictures. Those bright red umbrellas, are they always there?
Yep. That's the signature look of Dolak Market, those big red umbrellas over all the stalls. They make it super colorful and photogenic, besides giving shade.
Yeah.
It's just a feast for the senses, really. The colors, the smells, the chatter. It gives you a real taste of Zagreb life.
Fantastic. Okay, we've covered a lot. History, landmarks, culture, food. So pulling it all together, what's the lasting impression Zagreb leaves?
I think our sources nail it by calling it a hidden gem. It manages to blend that old world medieval charm, especially in the upper town,
Right.
with a real artistic energy and just a comfortable modern European city feel. It's maybe not as overwhelming as some bigger capitals, but it packs a lot in.
So diverse experiences.
Totally. You can wander historic streets, chill out in huge parks, dive into unique museums, enjoy great food and culture. It offers a lot, and it feels quite personal. It definitely leaves a mark.
A city that reveals itself, maybe, rather than shouting loudest.
That's a great way to put it. It rewards a bit of exploration, and it feels very welcoming.
Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive. Thank you for walking us through Zagreb. It really does sound like a place where past and present live together very comfortably, creating something quite special.
My pleasure. It's a city worth getting to know.
And for you listening, as you think about everything we've discussed, what part of Zagreb captures your imagination the most? Is it that twin town origin story? Or maybe the image of St. Mark's colorful roof? Or perhaps that really unique concept behind the Museum of Broken Relationships?
Whatever it is, hopefully this has sparked some interest for you to maybe explore Croatian culture or history a bit more on your own.